we're going to dive in with the Lance build. And considering I'm currently legendary rank with my Imperial Navy, this is sure to go horribly. You would think anyway. 4. I'm not really comfortable having 4 Armageddons. I'd rather have my Dauntless and 4 Falchions for fission's sake, because Eldari is going to be a pain in the ass already with the Lances that I'm utilizing. And not having fission is going to compound on that. But it's a good test run nonetheless, since my other variant was what? Apocalypse, 3 Armageddons, a Dauntless, and then 4 Falchions is what I'm more comfortable with. But we'll start with this most simplistic route we can go, and see if it works, or at least if we get something here. Otherwise, power rams for the spurs, at least for my Armageddons. And I'm finding the extended range doesn't even work on the Apocalypse here either. So there's not really much point on that once it goes past, what is it, 22,500 unit range. Although what will go well, maybe armor, enhanced regeneration, both these are technically the same thing, aren't they? What else would be good? Mission Dissipator? Only thing I can think of, and when they get in close, maybe causing mutinies is a big deal too. We'll keep it simple. I don't really know what to expect with this build, since I've mainly been doing 2v2s honestly, and that is a far different beast, especially for trying to find flaws. It's probably not the most ideal kind of 2v2 fleet anyway, since it's more of a slow and steady type of route, and a lot of teammates and a lot of players like to go super aggressive and maybe kill things quickly, even as Eldari. So work from there. Ooh, we just broke 100 followers. Ooh, Sindorus. Tyranids. This might stink a bit. Well, not really. I'm going to have the Auger Probe to help, 2 frigates. This is probably on the middle ground of what I'm afraid of. Eldari I was worried about would be the worst case situation because of concealment with the Corsairs or Drukhari. And that would be problematic enough without having to deal with the holofield of the Corsairs. But this could be a good enough even point. Do I seriously want to consider the ram? So, since this shield's no good, short burn torpedoes could be amazing. I'm just wondering what alternatives I have in all seriousness. I want the probe for kind of spotting and denying them any hiding spots. Micro warp jump for the Apocalypse is good. I kind of need a disruption bomb. Although I'm going to be shooting so much farther range. Yeah, I can only deploy 10,000 unit range. I argue this may be a horrible decision, not going with this, since I'm probably going to see him well before it becomes an issue. I would just, it's a bit awkward. Do I forfeit the Auger Probe? Disruption bomb is probably warranted just because of the sheer amount of torpedoes I have. Getting rid of the point defense for a vicious bombing run, let alone ram attempt, potentially is really good. Where do I want to deploy with that said? Since I'm going to be a little bit wedged in a corner here. And I'd like my frigates to start grabbing that point. I don't have a mission dissipator. Let's keep that in mind. Don't know exactly how I want to do this, but I know this leads me to 3 points. I'm forfeiting this left one, which I don't like one bit. In all honesty, just to be thorough and open up more possibilities for later, we might as well grab that. You never know when I might be, how slow a match we might be playing here. Now, keep an eye out for potential fighters. Oh, and I never moved you yet. It kind of defeats the purpose of trying to grab all the objectives on my half of the map if I don't use the frigate to actually do that. You would think anyway. Although, it leaves me with no Auger Probe and only a single scanner pulse, so this could be a mistake. I'm essentially going to forfeit the 3rd point here and wait for him to try and cap it. Since I don't have any real close range firepower unless I'm willing to accept a lot of vicious borings. If they're like massive claws, I'm actually pretty good hanging back and keeping as much distance as I can. But since I don't know what I'm up against, it's anybody's game. And again, legendary rank, we should expect my opponent should know what they're doing.
Coordinates acknowledged.
Which makes this a little bit awkward for trying to spot stuff. And if it opens up an opportunity, if they burn their double rushes, I could get a good Novacan shot to quickly soften up or cripple a ship.
Aye, Admiral.
We'll see. We'll get these 2 points anyway. In all honesty, I wish my Armageddons were here in the middle. They have enough range to kind of potentially protect both these points.
Your orders?
I should in all honesty do that. I just won't have the frigates to help in that regard. Not for a while. No beacon for this asteroid belt, which they can use for concealment, and I only got 60 seconds worth of a pulse if I use it in the proper situation for revealing ships. And that's assuming my first pulse even sees the target.
Engaging engines.
A lot of uncertainties here.
We wait your command.
I think I can just spread these out a tiny bit. Still no fighters just yet.
You have seized a strategic area.
Alright, and you can get going. Normally you would be on group 3.
Engaged.
Which confuses things a tiny bit. Maybe I should correct that for simplicity's sake.
We serve.
You have seized
Otherwise, just gotta play the waiting game. Let them try and make a play for the 3rd point.
We wait your command.
Because it's way too risky for me. I don't have the firepower in close to justify it.
Your orders?
Even though I would argue that's maybe not entirely true with torpedoes and vicious ramming attempts. It's just if I might get overwhelmed. Sure, I could deal with 1 or 2 cruisers really quickly
We serve.
with SID ramming, but not much else.
Underway. Ship ready.
Yeah, let's grab that point. I'm going to be playing on the clock, so I need to try and get some momentum going.
Aye, Admiral.
I need to actually see this thing first. So long as I don't get the point, I'm fine. But it looks like there's 3 or 2 ships on there.
All ahead full.
All 4 of them. That's like the best case situation.
The enemy has
Arguably.
seized a strategic area.
Yeah, there's the problem there. I could shoot them, but it doesn't help me at all. They're way too far away to utilize the disruption bomb. But they're all massive claws, so this was technically the right choice. Well, not really all massive claws. And lots of fighters in
We
boarding.
wait your command. Your orders?
And I'm gonna get ready for a micro warp jump. What upgrades do they have? No upgrades at all, so whatever has an upgrade is basically the flagship. Which we found. Oh wait, no upgrades at all.
Orders?
I guess I'm wrong in this matter.
Course engaged.
Okay. But we're going in hot, especially since you don't have massive claws.
We wait your command. Targeting
I don't have
enemy
it powered rams just yet, but let's see how this works. Let me use my Nova Can
vessel.
too.
Changing course.
Oh, you're immune to ramming damage. That may have been oversight,
Setting
but one that can
course.
be corrected in a moment. I just wish this is not going to hit you, is it?
All ahead
Oh, thanks for helping me there, buddy.
We wait your command.
Just ram it, double ram.
Reporting
Get my Nova
successful
Can going,
boarding
although
action.
I never use my disruption bombs, so this might help some.
Underway.
A bit messy,
Initiate emergency
but 2 of them are about to die. You're going to burn to death. And this primes up for a Nova Can shot, maybe.
Aye, Admiral.
Can we kill this one here?
Execute high energy turn.
The enemy has accumulated 25%.
This- Okay, 2 are dead. There's 1 ship way in the back,
25%.
and Nova Can did hit something.
We serve.
That's still alive, although I don't want to mutiny you, or don't want to execute because that might be your death if I'm not careful.
Changing course.
Okay, it's dead anyway, and you're
We wait
executing.
your command.
Okay, I got an amazing torpedo hit there. Only thing in my favor right now is my opponent decided to not commit all their forces over, and I conveniently saw the flagship.
Engaging
Can I blow it up?
engines.
It could rush again.
We serve.
It's a little bit messier than I'm happy with if I were to be perfectly honest, but it looks promising. Oh, it got destroyed.
Ship destroyed.
That's a shame.
Brace for impact.
And I'm gonna get bored to death here, but
Wait your command.
finish this off with a good ram.
Course engaged.
It helps if I actually have all my weaponry firing too. This is...
You have
I'm trying to get too aggressive with a ship that has no aggression, or no aggressive power there.
Coordinates acknowledged.
So I gotta wait for that to die, then bring the crew back up, basically.
Your orders?
Is what the plan is
Setting
there.
course.
You got massive claws. Keep that in
Disengage.
mind. Destroy your weapons.
Disengage.
Come on,
Aye,
hurry up
Admiral.
and die already. The one thing you would not
Changing
expect to
course.
hear... Well, I guess I take that back. This is Imperial Navy fleet after all.
We serve.
And that immediately negates the boarding assaults.
All ahead full.
Works out well for me. I am heavily crippled, though.
Ship
And I
ready.
can spot you. I got the range. You don't have much firepower anymore. And I guess I'll use the disruption bomb for
Underway.
whatever we might encounter. Give me amazing melta torpedo run, since you don't have emergency
Heading
repairs. Oh, you
acknowledged.
still got 2 ships. So it's
Your
not over
orders?
yet. It's a weaker ship, mind you, so not as terrifying as it could be.
Target locked in.
Only 2 mental torpedoes, really?
Setting course.
Oh, that was a failing on your part there.
Execute high energy turn.
I'm gonna get bored to death
Changing
again.
course.
Can I at least ram something? Nope. I'm tempted to just scuttle that. I really am tempted to scuttle that.
Impossible, Admiral.
Let's just grab the points and continue harassing.
Ship ready.
Because you... Oh, I was gonna say
Course
maybe
engaged.
can bring the crew back up. Not gonna help if I don't get you in
Acquiring new
range.
vector. We serve.
No, you're going the wrong way, but you have Nova cans. I keep forgetting about this trait. Although it is gonna rush in a moment.
Engaging
Maybe a good way to
engines.
force the rush. Oh, is that close enough? It might
We
take
wait
the
your
scuttle
command.
damage. No, not quite. That was a little preemptive.
The enemy has accumulated 75%.
What do I
of
have to
strategic
work with
points.
here? I still have these torpedoes. If I can get some
Underway.
good melted torpedoes, this will make up for it. Since
Your
you're just
orders?
gonna ram that, you still have 83 armor.
Engaging
I hope you're
engines.
gonna ram it.
Ship ready.
Not as good ram as it could be.
Course engaged.
It was going well. Let's see. Oh. Oh, your massive claws still work even when destroyed. You dick. That's
Your
foul
orders?
play. I call
Maximum
foul
burn.
play. Boo. That shouldn't
wait
even
your
be
command.
allowed. I do want to
Understood.
continue to burn that and melt the torpedo him down, because
We serve.
right now is a good opportunity for it. Since apparently
Heading
your
acknowledged.
boarding cooldowns are, well, yeah, the boarding cooldowns are probably just down at the moment.
Coordinates acknowledged. Your orders.
Get ready your point defense. We'll do another melted torpedo
Setting
run,
course.
and we'll execute the crew. Sure, we'll just help our Tyranid friends some
Changing
by
course.
committing ourselves to this. Ah, dang it.
Aye, Admiral.
So much for that.
Understood.
How much more do we have? A
Ship
little bit
ready.
more.
Underway.
I don't think those torpedoes are just complete whiff. Never mind, they never hit anyway.
Course engaged. We wait your command.
I'm not gonna get a melted torpedo in. But
We
maybe,
serve.
if they could keep hitting, they could keep keeping the
Engaging
shields from
engines.
recharging, which will give me some longevity. I'm just not gonna hit with the melted torpedoes at all.
Heading
Because I would
acknowledged.
technically be fine if the ramming damage would still count on this broken
orders?
massive claw. But, not meant to be.
Understood.
I could go reload, I don't know how helpful that is.
Setting course.
There, using the ability properly. I'm just not going to do
Changing
enough
course.
damage to kill it. I'm going to take a world of boarding right
Underway.
now.
Engaging.
Everything's
Our
boarding,
boarders have
and
caused internal damage.
ram me.
You have accumulated
Thank you for killing your own ship there.
points.
Micro warp jump's about to come back up, so I know exactly what I'm doing here. Oh, never mind. Generator's
Engaging
down.
Engines.
I have to survive for another 15 seconds for that.
Course engaged.
Oh, that wasn't what I wanted. I thought it would was
orders?
rally. 5, 4, 3, 2,
wait your
1.
command.
The enemy is close to
Nope.
victory by strategic points.
Not meant to be.
Coordinates acknowledged.
And morale's about to break,
Underway.
but I could burn this thing to death still.
Setting course.
It has no shields anymore, or no point defense
Engaging
for that matter.
target.
Ah, dang it. Did I lose to the objective there just now? Boo. I call foul play. The massive claw was broken. The cursed thing shouldn't have been immune to ramming still. That alone probably cost me the game. Although, to be fair, they had no skills or anything like that. It was probably a bad matchup for, like, power rams. Oh wait, I actually had power rams enabled them. It was just bad choices of trying to ram, or at least try to ram those that had massive claws early on, too. I was going to lose to the boarding damage, mind you, but there wasn't really much good alternatives in all seriousness. Outside armor-piercing ammo, which I have very little of. That probably would not have been worth it. I think I'll try one more, see if we can get some redemption here. Otherwise, Disruption Bomb did very little, I want to argue. An Auger Probe wasn't really necessary, conveniently. Otherwise, I don't know what else I would need there. Just the Disruption Bombs would be amazing for my torpedo run, if I can aim that with all my ships. Which is probably something I should do instead of ramming. I ideally want to have my prow facing the massive claws to minimize the damage. But ramming them probably is not something I should intentionally do. Unless I am confident I can ram the side or hit them at an awkward enough angle. We'll try one more, see if my luck does better or not. Just don't know what else to say there. I got plenty of lances. Maybe I should experiment putting the Dauntless and the 4 Falchions back in. At least it gives me a little more macro power and a lot more flanking torpedoes, which can't be underestimated. What am I trying to say? It's been really effective for my original Imperial Navy fleet, having the Dauntless fire melta torpedoes, especially if they have fighter squadrons and they launch them reactively to my frontal assault with the torpedoes. Then if I have them at an awkward enough angle or wait till the fighters are flying towards me, then they don't have the fighters available for the Dauntless and the frigates to shoot their torpedoes, to do their damage and ideally cause some fire assaults, emergency repairs, or... because even with fighters, some of those torpedoes are likely to hit. Have some real possibilities, just a matter on if my spread's good enough. Boo, my opponent never showed up. Boo. Let's try this again. Although it got rid of all my skills. Not really a big deal since I get to select them in the match itself. But ideally, I like the Auger Probe. Micro Warp Jump feels it's kind of necessary for the Apocalypse, because I can easily just Micro Warp Jump into a Nova Cannon more often than not. And since we're playing such a slow and steady route, it's very realistic I could get 2 of these Micro Warp Jumps in throughout a match. So that's at least 2 charges of my Nova Cannon spent, if I time it and use it properly. Just a question about the surge shot. If I should use that early on or not. Since my Apocalypse, or really any battleship, is incredibly slow at turning, so I need to prepare that ahead of time, which is possible. I just gotta be going at almost a 45-degree angle towards them, if I want to get a quick Nova Cannon shot in. Oh, rematch. That's interesting. I guess there's not very many players on here, although it's still a chance of redemption. It's a chance to get victory from the jaws of defeat. Or the ashes of defeat. Jaws of defeat would probably mean that it's impending. It's definitely impending to happen again if I do this wrong. Although the fact that my opponent forgot to use skills does not bode well for me as far as the practicality of this fleet. It is a slow fleet, mind you, but Nova Cannons and torpedoes can easily alleviate that. I just gotta really plan for utilizing them if I want to kill things quickly. And of course, if I can get the flagship ahead of time, imagine what that would do for their morale. I was just sort of convenient enough that they were flying away from me. I still think short burn torpedoes is amazing for this, since I kind of want to avoid getting close if I can help it. Power rams with Massive Claw, I'm assuming that he's still using the same fleet. And macro cannons are not very helpful for me. I don't have enough of those to justify it. So I really have no choice but to take the power rams, do I now? Otherwise, Auger Disruptor Bomb, pointless for close range. I don't know why my options feel really limited with this fleet. That's probably one of the downsides of this fleet in general. But this time you're going to be clumped up. My Apocalypse, we basically go straight through the middle. Ideally go here, since this is between 3 points, if I can get some momentum to grab the third one. That's the plan anyway. And with 4 cruisers, this should cap really quickly. Otherwise, now we just sit and play the waiting game. Gets through the captures, watch for what we're looking for. I'm going to assume it's the exact same fleet, mind you. Doesn't seem entirely unreasonable.
Engaging engines.
The initial start was pretty good there. I should probably seriously consider burning retros or at least holding stills. Since my fire did start getting spread out a little bit, I hit the far right cruiser first, and then it switched over to a different one entirely once it was no longer in my arc. So that's something a habit I gotta stop doing, is stop moving when I don't have a reason to move in all seriousness. Like, if I'm in the center spot, and I don't feel the need to run away, then I should just stay here. This is ideal for protecting all 3 objectives, especially when like facing off against Drukari or something that's maybe too afraid to fight me head on. Especially if I have them revealed, mind you.
Ship ready.
Otherwise, what's our range looking like? I should easily be able to protect that. I don't have the extended range upgrade, so I know for a fact that Apocalypse in range, and you shoot at 18,000. And 22,500 for the turrets. So you got good range as well. I kind of would really like to use Gothics, but the problem is they have even shorter range than these Armageddons. Everything else is technically the same aside for the additional macro cannons for their longer range or damage. But I never did look at the point cost. What do I save if I get like 3 or 4 Gothics instead of Armageddons? I don't like it just because of the lack of range in general though. Makes it tricky to play a slow and steady type of game. And what I noticed is my opponent had no frigates too. If that changed or not remains to be seen. Are you in range?
Burn retros.
Let's reveal these things. This time do damage immediately. These are probably the same cruises before.
For the Emperor.
There we go.
Burn retros.
I should just lob these torpedoes immediately. Because why the hell not? I have like 4 salvos worth of them. And if it forces them to turn, all the better.
Ship ready.
And maybe I do start moving to okay, one of them boosts out, I think. Or maybe that's the one I damaged already.
Coordinates acknowledged.
That is going to be a lot of torpedo damage, or melta damage. Ideally, avoid boarding. Oh, I am getting boarded.
Ship ready.
Alright.
Underway. We wait your command.
And you had no massive claw, right? I'm not misreading this time. There, that feels far more satisfying than ramming something with claws on it.
Your orders?
I did force him off the point, which is convenient.
Burn retros.
Now you just brace for impact and I guess take the boring damage. Your engines are crippled, so you can't quite do what's necessary just yet, unless you hit the side. That would be the best case situation. And I learned my lesson. Never ram a devourer when its prow is destroyed. Instead, we'll just torpedo the cursed thing.
Heading acknowledged.
There, that thing will probably just burn to death in all seriousness. Where did everything else go? I'm pretty certain Tyranids have more than 2 ships. Call me crazy. I might be crazy, but I'm pretty certain Tyranids have more than 2 battle cruisers at their disposal. Well,
Enemy sighted.
you don't have massive claws, so you know what we're doing? We're going right up your mouth, right up your gullet. See how you like them apples there.
Coordinates acknowledged. The battle is lost.
Now, can we seal the deal? A little bit ridiculous, but I like this potential murder in this hive ship right now.
The enemy has accumulated 25% strategic points.
Did it get destroyed? I'm pretty certain I told that thing to scuttle. Alright. Get to repairing, get to going. This is a very promising start, although I'm going to lose quickly due to boring damage. And let's see, Feral instincts kicking in. As much as I love to go down your gullet again, you got a massive claw, which doesn't do me much favors. Well, that's a victory there. It's not over yet, though, so there's still another ship around.
Your orders?
You have accumulated 50% strategic points.
I'm going to assume anyway. I just don't know where it's hiding. Oh, you actually got a frigate this time. Look how adorable this plasma drone is. Oh god, it's trying to devour my battleship. I don't know if this is cute anymore. It's taking its job very seriously.
Ship ready.
Otherwise, what do I need repairs? Everything.
Begin repairs now.
I'm pretty certain an Apocalypse can deal with a goddamn drone, right?
High energy turn.
Oh, I dread the day where a drone could take out a battleship. Sure, it's a long-range battleship, but good god, I dread that day. It will require me to have 100 health, and maybe for it to be equipped with massive claws with said 100 health. Aw, you still forgot your... Well, this is... I guess that ranking bug is still in effect, for this looks inaccurate from what we saw before. Oh well, it was still fun. Probably not a true test, but we've seen just how valuable those torpedoes are for when my opponent gets either, well, really, if they panic under the lance fire, since it is guaranteed damage, mind you, it puts them on a clock to get something done or at least reconceal themselves. So it punishes them nicely there. Burn your rush to get in close, and then technically you can't rush me again to kind of dodge the torpedoes, if I time it right. And most importantly, fire those torpedoes early as well, especially when I have short burn torpedoes, for God's sakes. Otherwise, what else am I feeling interested in? I'm thinking of playing more with the Shroud build with Necrons, never mind the fact that I need to continue leveling them up. Tau could be fun. It's been a while since I've done anything with them, or at least Merchant Fleet Tau. And otherwise, what else needs leveling up? Azuriani, let's see. Wow, do I really only have 3 fleets that need leveling up? So, Merchant Fleet, Azuriani, and what was the other one again? They're Necrons. Well, I'm getting a lot closer than I thought there to Admiral level 10 on everything. So let's play some Tau. Do I want to do a 1v1? I like the simplicity that the 2v2 has, but since now we're dealing with 1,000 points, that's a different story than my 2 fleets here. Oh yeah, this is my 1,000 point fleet, is it? I gotta double check that and see. It is my 1,000 point fleet, so I'll grab that one, see if we can get lucky or not. What do I want for upgrades? Railgun shot's kind of a must. Stasis bomb for running away. Probe's always handy too. It depends what we're up against. I might swap over that. Target coordinator for extra accuracy. Also, come to think of it, the heavy railgun was nerfed, it said in one of these patches. What on earth is the heavy railgun exactly? Let's see, it certainly wasn't this, because it said the heavy railguns have a 90-degree arc now, so what exactly is gotten nerfed is what I'm trying to figure out. Heavy railgun. I know something called a heavy railgun was nerfed, it just didn't specify what exactly it was. Unless they didn't change it for maybe the Explorers. Maybe it was the Explorers, it's just not showing it for me. So I'm left to wonder. Emission dissipators could be good, since I kind of want to keep distance. But otherwise, let's just harass them with lots and lots of fighters. Although, let's get our Farsight colors in. Let's be as traitorous as we can be. Although, I am actually interested in hunting down some of those Farsight novels. I read what I assume is supposed to be a starting book. I forget what it's called, it just was Farsight. I wish I had the book on hand. Crisis of Fate, I think it was called. I don't know if that's like the newest one based on Farsight. I just know there's another book that's literally called Farsight. So I don't know if they're connected or not. But I'm interested in reading up more on that. Since they left that incredibly vague on what his motives are. Of course, he's kind of still cares about the Tau populace. But who knows how much of that is just habit or necessity due to the fact that he is kind of like has splintered colonies that aren't getting support of the rest of the Seps after all. That's what I would like to know. Or maybe he's being corrupted by the Demon Blade, or hell, I heard a crazy rumor that I don't know what exactly it's called, but it's that Farsight potentially may have the 5th blade of the Eldari. I forget what it's called, though, that their dang new god is looking after. I wish I had spent more time on just remember these damn names. It's interesting nonetheless. Also, I've been talking so much I don't know what this... Oh yeah, Space Marines and Imperial Navy. I can overwhelm them. Space Marines are so mobile, especially with vanguards, that I can't hope to catch them with my fighters, though. If my opponent knows what they're doing, and no, I am not deploying there. I'm just going to tell you right now, this is a horrible placement. There. And otherwise, I'm just going to be providing a lot of support for my Orky buddy. I don't have a lot of raw firepower with only 2 railguns. Well, 3 heavy railguns. And then a bunch of short-range single-fire railguns. It's notable damage once they get close, but... Well, let's fix that with lock-on. There, I officially doubled my range, or was it already 9,000? Yeah, it was already 9,000 units. Otherwise, are they waiting for me? I kind of want to help grab these points, and keep in mind my lock-on too. That's going to be useful for my accuracy, or even my Orcs' accuracy. Again, I'm not sure if it actually works or not, but with Necrons and other factions having their abilities also affect allies that aren't really Orcs, I'm inclined to believe it will actually help his accuracy some. Are they mega cannons though? I'm not seeing any cannons of any sorts in front of these battleships, so I'm assuming no. So maybe that idea is pointless.
For Umbar, it will be so.
And I have a mission dissipator. I didn't change my skills at all, but I have a mission dissipator at least.
Maximum.
Oh, yeah, let's... Ooh, fighter fleet. This is convenient synergy. Convenient synergy.
Barracuda shoals launched.
I don't know what exactly my Orky friend's going after, but let's capitalize on this, shall we? Overwhelm them with tons and tons of fighters. Now it's just a... Well, actually, his Orcs can do damage to the ships. I kind of was hoping to provide the support fleet, mind you, and not having our strategy based on this, but they got the right idea. They at least have a sense on how this works. No, the timing of the torpedoes might not line up. Since I'm kind of worried the torpedoes will get ahead of the fighters before they actually reach the fleet. There is slightly faster speed with the torpedoes after all than there is with the fighters themselves. Never mind the fact that the fighters are kind of turning with the fleet. Nope, I did not see that. What ship was that?
Ready.
I see 4 fighters, so that's probably an Emperor in that case. Since Battle Barge has only 3 squadrons to its name.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Keep going, and get ready to lob seeker missiles.
Drones have identified an enemy target.
And also, let's focus on destroying some weaponry here. I don't think I have to worry about weapons or engines so much. Let's just hope fighters can do what they need to. And Emperor's already slow as is.
Ready for orders.
Now, I really don't like launching my... What am I trying to say? I don't like launching my bombers blind with the convenience of those strike cruisers actually able to snipe them down. And as made apparent by the dang battle barge also rearing its ugly head. But we got so many fighters this could be good? Question mark?
Run underway.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Ah! Ah, friendly fire! There's a mutiny at hand. Someone execute the crew quickly. Ah, it's getting even worse. I'm actually flying to more friendly torpedoes. Alright. Speaking of which, my own torpedoes are coming at me. This was not planned at all. I dodge all the torpedoes, good god. And then I jinx it immediately. Way to go, me. Now, the Orc fighters are what does the damage, and they're apparently going after the Apocalypse, which isn't terrible. All my fighters apparently got shot down, though, so I'm worried about my bombers. My bombers. Ooh, the secret missiles did amazing work though.
How may I
And there
serve?
goes like half. Was that literally every single weapon? Oh my god. How the hell did we manage that?
At your orders.
Unless you turn that thing around, that Grand Cruiser's not doing any more damage for the rest of this game. Damn. I think we may have found a weak link if that's conveniently destroyed. No, it only destroys one macro battery. I was about to say maybe it destroys 2 sets of macro batteries since they're kind of connected. But not really true.
Aircraft ready for orders.
Now what's my next trick up my sleeve? We're just gonna deal with the point defense of this dang battle barge. And I have an experimental railgun, let's keep that in mind too.
That cannot be done.
Oh, I'm too far away for it. Let me get my focus in. I gotta fire this railgun before it gets too awkward with my allies in the way. Maybe I could have got a double hit, but
Drive engage.
I'm fine just focusing on this.
Operation Hunter gets the prey.
And I have 83 armor, I could take the prow. And these will still hit you. One salvo did at least.
Strategic area.
And the torpedoes are still flying towards you. And oh my god, look at the boarding on that. You really should call arms that quickly. That thing's going to die relatively quick.
How may I serve the tower?
What are my bombers doing? The Grand Cruiser's almost screwed.
Calculating new vector.
So you know what I'm tempted to do? Just ram that thing to death.
Gravitic drive to maximum.
I want to ram that thing and ram it now. I have adaptive deflector, your Grand Cruiser does not, especially at this angle. And since I'm so close, maybe my bombers might survive this engagement. Nope.
We serve the combat drive.
It still has health. I did not plan this through properly.
It will be so.
I wish there was hotkeys for these secret missiles, but hopefully they do the damage needed. Nope, bad angle.
However shall prosper.
Bad angle. Come on, get moving. I thought I boosted you forward as well.
Gravitic drive.
Otherwise, let's improve accuracy. Bomb our strike cruiser.
Accumulated 25%
Because this thing's still losing crew.
points.
In fact, I should be helping. My crew is pitiful, but I should help.
Aircraft ready for orders. As the Ethereals wish. At your orders, Colonel.
Not much else to do. This battle barge will be crewless momentarily, though. Actually, let me boost on out to safety.
Honor the teachings of
My main
God.
strength is my bombers and secret missiles if I have any charges left. Did we kill the Grand Cruiser? Ooh, I think we killed the Grand Cruiser.
Shall prosper.
And now, let's deal with everything else before firing more. Oh,
The Ethereals
do I hit it? There's a good hit.
in your position.
I will happily accept that hit.
Gravitic drive engage.
I didn't get the ram I want, but ooh, look at all those critical hits, though.
For the set.
And point defense are completely gone on that ship.
Underway.
So now let's just clean up the rest of the point defense, and that should prime us for a lot of damage later on. Now that I have secret missiles there to do a little bit more damage. Good hit there. They're just going to try and soak, although ramming probably does not count on the soaking damage front. Actually, I should turn these to engage. Oh god. And I need to pay attention if that thing explodes.
Core L ready.
So far it's looking good.
Drones have identified an enemy target.
It's potentially looking good.
The patient
I
hunter
need
gets the
more
prey.
fighters though. I don't know how many point defense they have left, which is still plenty to answer my question.
Accumulated 50%
But this is looking
strategic
promising.
points.
This looks like a victory even though my orc ally has very little left to contribute.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
But I still have full complement of bombers as well as fighters to help in this endeavor.
Coming run underway.
So I'm not worried. Only thing I'm worried about is that exploding of its own volition. But since it exploded involuntarily, I can rest easy. Because you still got plenty of health to just soak the macro cannons.
Maneuvering thrusters.
I never did pay attention if you have him armor piercing, but
Serve the
you look fine. That's really their job right now, just be distraction. Oh god,
We serve the
27 boarding on that thing. Oh god.
calculating new vector.
You turn, I don't care what you ram into.
Spread the great
Since that's already mutinied, it doesn't matter. There.
Your orders, Koro.
The enemy has accumulated 25% of strategic points.
I don't have much. Ooh, I have bombers still, so let's do that.
Run underway.
They're probably not going to work very well, but any damage is welcome damage. Can I want to see if I could do this clutch shot.
Shall attack.
Ah, I hit myself. I was hoping for a double hit, and I technically did get a double hit. Just not the double hit I wanted. Oh, and you...
have accumulated
Ooh, that was
75%
unpleasant.
of strategic
I don't think it took
points.
actual ramming damage, but the boarding canceled the warp jump. How many bombers do we have left here? None on the one, Protector or Hero.
Attack.
One there, 2 and 2, 2 and 3. We are looking amazing on the fighter front.
You have seized
So this is a
strategic
victory
area.
easily enough. Just gotta clean up the rabble. How many frigates do I have left? Just 2. 6 entered the arena, only 2 survived. And hopefully their lock-on contribution was noted. Although, I'm just realizing my first squad of frigates, I hit T, thinking that was my lock-on key, and of course Silent Running took that place. So they never did lock-on. Oh well, we get some Nurgle cultists for our efforts at least. Well, that's fun. Let's try a 1v1. And what's my fleet again there? 2 and 3? 2 and 3, let me see if I have room for more points. Nope. Just a lot of secret missiles and a lot of fighters and bombers. Pretty simple strategy. And a lot of sheer hit points. Maybe not the armor, but a lot of sheer hit points. And since we were fighting a lower ranked player before, let's start taking bets now if I fight a legendary player for playing with my Tau fleet, which is yet to get really built up. Because if anything, I think most of this rank was back when 2v2 actually counted towards your matchmaking or your ranking. Now, do not leave us in suspense. What are we up against? Are we fighting Tyranids? Are we fighting Eldar? Are we fighting the Imperial Navy? Or is it going to be a mirror match? Ooh, Blood Angels. Space Marines. My fighters could be amazing at keeping vision, but I have to actually get vision if they're vanguards. It could go amazingly against battle barges, since they have very limited fighter complements, but vanguards are going to be a bit of a pain. They can easily snipe down my frigates, so stealing points behind them doesn't work very well. Experimental railgun might be hard, and again, limited in upgrades. Let me get the probe, because that's going to be handy. Yeah, not really much choices here, since this upgrade doesn't even enhance my weapons at all. Nullified asteroid field. If I could be stealth, that might be potentially useful, because this puts me within 3 points. It's got to be better than target coordinator for such limited weaponry, right? Right? I don't know anymore. But let's see how this goes regardless. You are group 3, and group 4, you are and already got shield, so you can grab that point easily enough. And then join up. You can grab the point over there, and then we'll see what my opponent's fielding. Moment of truth. I don't know how comfortable I feel about this. Well, on the plus side, it's not a vanguard fleet. Yet. Otherwise, well, again, it could still be a lower skilled player, not Silent Running.
We serve the Kovadra.
Let me launch fighters here.
Barracuda shoals launched.
And see how about killing some point defense.
Aircraft ready for orders.
And I have a mission dissipator, keep that in mind.
To spread the great.
So this is really good, and it affects all my ships too. That's something important to note. So even though I'm potentially the slowest fleet in the game, I still got good momentum, arguably, to get in the middle of the map and start situating myself somewhere around here in the asteroid belt.
How may I serve the Tauva?
I don't know if I want to be so close, mind you, since I'm relying heavily on fighters that can go globally across the map. Can they reach
At your orders.
before the gas cloud? They're probably not going to reach. Yeah. Sadly, they're just going to fly back aimlessly, or even worse. They might just get shot down because they're not shooting the point defense. I did that poorly. What does it tell me though? 4 strike cruisers, maybe?
Gravitic drive to maximum.
I don't
You
know.
have seized a strategic area.
Anyways, let's grab this point here.
Alva, it will be so.
Oh, they're all flying back. Okay, battle barge. It would have been really nice to get that battle barge, start chipping down the point
Drive
defense.
engaged.
Although with the beacon, that'll change momentarily. And have fighters.
4L ready.
There's basically 2 hunters there. Waiting for fission. Who am I kidding?
Drones have identified an enemy target.
The enemy has seized a strategic
Launch these dang
area.
torpedoes
You
or
have seized
fighters
a
already.
strategic area.
Imperials
I could deal with boring torpedoes easily enough. Come on, go ahead, I dare you.
The Kovatra.
You have seized a strategic area.
Go ahead, I dare you. Do your worst. Launch your torpedoes, hell. Begin the evasive maneuvers of running the hell away.
Your orders, Koro.
I have vision, at least with the beacon.
The Tau
I ju-
Va shall
So maybe I don't want to run
The
away.
enemy has seized
I forgot
a
I didn't even
strategic
lock on.
area.
Silly me.
The patient hunter gets the prey.
Now, we'll prioritize the weapons, maybe.
Aircast ready for orders.
This is going to be amazing torpedo salvo. I have fighters defend,
4L ready.
experimental railgun. And this should be easy hit. There we go. Ooh, and a fire assault to boot.
At your orders, Colonel.
I have fighters.
As the
Do not
Imperials
disappoint.
wish. How may I serve the Tau Va?
Come on.
Gravitic drive engaged.
Stasis bomb me away.
We serve the Kovatra.
Because I did everything I need to do here.
Aircast ready for orders.
Let's see how badly this hurts. Do you know how to deal with torpedoes? Do you know how to deal with fighters? Do you know how to deal with this onslaught that's about to wreck your battle barge?
To spread the
I did not see a boost, so I'm going to assume no. It's damn good damage, mind you. Still have a lot of work to do.
To spread the greater good.
But my fighters... Oh, dang it, they intercepted my bombers.
target.
That stinks. I had fighters out there and everything, and apparently they did not... Yeah, they got shot down eventually.
Gets the prey.
The Imperials guide us.
So we revealed everything. You're taking a lot of damage.
Barracuda
Now let's
shows
focus on actually destroying point defense this time.
How may
And have fighters to help in this regard too. Well, that's kind of what fighters do anyway. They destroy point defense, but I mean to deal with the torpedoes is what I meant to say.
As the Imperials wish.
How may I serve the tower?
You know, Squad 3, get over there. I know you don't have the target coordinator, but
Aircast ready for orders.
let's deny them their optimal boarding, at
As
least.
the Ethereals wish.
And then maybe we can get a brutal broadsiding on this battle barge.
Gets the prey.
There.
At your orders, Koro.
Combustion gauge is gone. I thought I told you to move. Oh yeah, they're probably burning retros. That might be why.
We serve the Kovatra.
And they're... Oh, I was going to say maybe they were all fighters, but I'm forgetting. They're lobbing torpedoes on me for crying out loud.
The patient hunter
Torpedoes
gets
and no boarding torpedoes, let's note too.
We serve the Kovatra.
Let's reveal this for good measure.
For Anvar, it will be so.
Eh, I don't care about that. Your battle barge should be dead here in a moment.
Honor the teachings of
Yes, it is.
Keola.
I gotta ask what happened to my fighters, though.
25% of strategic points.
I figured my fighters had more durability than that, with only the battle barge being able to lob fighters. But oh well. We got more where that came from. I think. Still got 30-second cooldown.
To spread the greater good.
Okay, here comes the boring torpedoes now. This time, I don't have fighters up. Let's be ready for this. Thankfully, they're whittled down to the point that it's not a big issue anymore.
Guide us. The patient hunter gets the prey.
Oh god. Now this I'm worried about.
Honor the teachings
That's
of
going to be a
the
lot of boring damage.
How may I serve?
But thankfully, focusing only on a single ship makes it easy for me to kind of mitigate that some. And I might as well transfer troops because it's a little bit complicated to try and board them otherwise. Never mind the fact that it's not really useful outside the critical hits.
Aircast.
My frigates are in the way. I can't fire experimental railguns safely. There, now let's fix that. Problem solved.
Serve the Kovadra.
You have accumulated
Well, thank you
50%
kindly for your
strategic
contribution.
points.
Do I have any more fighters? Yes, I have plenty of fighters. I've been doing a bad job paying attention to my fighters, mind you. But we could clean up easily enough.
Will's wish.
The Tau are really durable even with their lack of heavy prow armor. At least the merchant fleet. A lot of it is because I can get battleships that are so damn cheap. If it wasn't for the frigates, this thing would basically be 200 points after all. So it comes down heavily to how well you can deal with those fighters. Especially shoot them down, or maybe you rely so much on killing things quickly that you go at them before you get overwhelmed by the fighters and bombers, and any secret missiles I might have. It would be a tall order though, just because of the sheer amount of health. Normally I field only a single battleship. These ones, even though it doesn't want to tell me, basically have 2,400 health each. And then the cruisers I think is 1,800. So it's pretty durable. I don't know how it is in comparison to my Imperial Navy fleet, mind you, for on the hit point front. That was successful. Ooh, we got a level in as well, I didn't notice. Which got me Disruption Bomb. Probably not very helpful, I would argue. Otherwise, let's play something I haven't done in a while. Orky. Good old Orkies. The Blood Axes are back. We got fancier hats this time around. And he actually looks like a proper commissar as well. He's a right old captain. What do I want for skills? Because I still hate the idea that these things reveal my position. I want to use a tractor cannon. It's just discouraging. I'm just discouraged to use it, is what I'm trying to say. Otherwise, Wog Song, Commando Training, that's almost a must there. Unless I feel like I don't need the stealth. And then what else? Stasis Bomb for when they try and run away, maybe. And Tractor Cannon, I would love Tractor Cannon. I would love that Tractor Cannon because it would be amazing against Eldari. Can't really think of anything better, but at the same time, I don't need to have that equipped. Until we go into the match. And let's see if we can get a good old stomping going on. And maybe I can use my rocks as effective bait as well, potentially. Since we've seen in my YouTube video how durable they are against the Drukhari cannons, and they're basically all star cannons or scythe missiles. With a little bit of torpedoes, which would really ruin their day if I had infested those torpedoes on the rocks. Which arguably, I would argue that's what the Orc wants, though, for me to use torpedoes on helpless rocks that don't really do anything. But I still got good use out of them. It just made for very slow killing of the rocks, of said rocks. Now, what are we up against? Is it going to be a mirror match? An Orc mirror match. One is stealthy, one is not. It'll make you think it's actually different factions. Ooh. So we're facing Slaanesh. Chaos. I think that's Slaanesh anyway. For all I know, it could be a cultist. And I'm not aware of it. Since the Lost and Damned faction have like a whole bunch of different portraits that are all four of the chaotic gods a little bit. They just look like regular cultists as opposed to Space Marines, though. But we're facing something with lots of mobility. Plasma bomb is not warranted. Tractor cannon would be amazing. I hate the idea it gives away where I'm at, though. Absolutely hate it. And I have no way to know if my opponent even realizes that fact or not. That's a bit of the problem. Actually... Okay, 2 Ravagers. I was wondering if I had my frigates set up properly or not. Rock Squad, you're set. Main Squad set. I want these rocks to straight go to the middle. I could spread out the rocks. If it's a lance build, or even just a long range build, I can absorb the damage amazingly well. Where do I put these boys, though, with that said? I don't know, but I have fighters to help deal with heavy fighter fleets. I'm not going to rely on them to do damage. You got range. You got range. Actually, I probably will just use his hyper cap this point. Let's get this going. See if the boys are here to play.
The fight is over here.
And I saw something just hide there in the middle. Not a big deal just yet. Let's get to grabbing 3 points and work from there, though. I could launch fighters. Alright, we got 1 frigate. Demonic Sight, armor-piercing ammo. This tells me macro cannon build. Maybe slaughters? Let's see, 240. All I can really say, it takes about 5 seconds to cross this 1,000 unit hex. Slightly less for slaughter, which I'm doing a bad job counting. 1001, 1002, 1003, 4, 5. Okay, so those aren't really slaughters, I want to argue. It's a very minor speed boost, so I could be miscounting. But I'm going to assume they're carnages more so. I don't want to launch fighters yet. If I'm going to launch them, might as well launch them as a swarm. We'll leave these the ships back. The rocks is going to draw most of the fire.
Strategic area.
That's the plan anyway. And I'm pretty certain that 1 rock there could deal with a frigate. Like I said with the Apocalypse, I loathe the day when a single frigate can deal with a rock. They're going to have the point, mind you, but that's not a big deal. Hell, I wonder if I should... Yeah, let me just boost there. Let's give him a bit of a scare. Maybe I force him off the point, and at least I start capping it.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
And I got a convenient gas cloud here for high as well. Alright. I'm not gonna contest it fast enough. Or never mind, 200 unit speed. I'm perfectly fine in this regard.
You want us over there?
Yes. Bully them out of the objective.
You got it, boss. What do you want?
Oh, I gave away my DACA since of the range.
Stop shooting.
That was something that I had not honestly considered, was the range of my actual guns being enhanced, but bad shot, maybe. Maybe if I could shoot down some of those point defense, that might be useful. Might be. Did the torpedo seriously hit something, or was it me? I wouldn't put it past me to actually hit myself. That sounds like something I would do. Alright, so maybe we'll just grab this point from him. I gotta get my formation set up though. This is a bit of an awkward firing line. Now we'll just go... I should go for the engines. I should seriously go for the engines there, since they are long-range base. There are also slaughters, so I did a bad job doing my math properly.
You want us over there? Hit the red button!
Alright.
You got it, boss.
Let's see. I'm waiting for him to boost forward. We got a Desolator.
The fight is over here.
Actually, that is a stasis bomb, right?
Enemy 6 sighted! Full speed!
Here we go.
Oh, I forgot I was holding fire again. Silly me. Something I normally do.
Ballast light launched.
But this is still going to make up for it easily.
Ballast light launched.
I just got to do the damage necessary now.
Our escort went boom!
Faster, you grots. I can't, boss. Move that junk.
Alright, now you have to call the arms there. Can I get an engine? I did not get a critical engine critical hit like I want though. And I gotta keep in mind I'm kind of abandoning the objective here too. Alright, engine's going on that thing now due to the boarding. Yes, get closer. Let me murder you with my DACA. Also repair all my guns. I am losing a point behind me, but you know what? I can steal a point from you as a consolation prize. You're losing much of your firepower,
Enemy 6 sighted!
and you're suffering a mutiny with no deck.
You got it, boss.
I probably lose the positional advantage though,
The enemy ship.
but
The fight
let's
is over
murder this.
here.
Let's murder. Can I ram it with the rock? I would love to ram a rock.
Over there.
Enemy 6 sighted!
The sooner this thing dies, the better. I can boost actually, so why not just boost with some of my ships?
You have accumulated 20
Seal the deal.
to strategic points.
And then, yeah, their frigate's already capturing the point. I'm fine. Oh my god, I didn't even realize the tractor cannon has no limited charges too. 40-second cooldown as well. This thing is ridiculous.
Faster, you
If
grots.
only it didn't give away my positioning there for such a stealth-oriented fleet.
He's ready!
Then I would love this thing to death. It would
The enemy
arguably
has
be
seized a strategic area.
exceptionally overpowered. To say the least. It may potentially already be overpowered because it can counteract a Wraithbone shift immediately if I'm fast enough on the draw.
I can't
Ooh, we got the ram
You
there.
have seized a strategic area.
Yes, yes.
The enemy has accumulated
The orc strategy of just
25%
flying at them
strategic
and
points.
watch them die is paying off.
move that junk!
I don't know why you're going the wrong way though. Fix this now. Ram it! Ramming speed!
What you want?
I don't know where the frigate is, but you're doing a good job staying there.
Orcs, orcs, orcs.
Ooh, this is what the fighters with doing damage to ships is going to pay off with.
Here we go!
I do need to spot you though. I think my fighters can... How fast are my fighters? Okay, I think my opponent's just committing. Yeah, just giving up. Well, that was fun. All this is just me rushing the enemy and keep shooting at them until they die.
Orcs is best!
You have
True orky
accumulated 50%
strategy.
of strategic
Aw.
points.
It's probably true, I won't lie, especially with like unlimited charges. But like I said before, it at least used to give away my position. It doesn't actually pull the ship towards me that much faster, it technically just holds them in place for 3 seconds. And how long does it shoot for? It doesn't want to tell me in all honesty. That's what I'm curious about, it's like 3-4 seconds. Last I checked. Oh, it doesn't even want to tell me here because I have to equip it. That was still fun. I would argue I still would win that match, maybe, even without the tractor cannon. It's just a question. Since that one slaughter did lose its engines, I could have still chased that Desolator really well. It was going to eventually get caught in a corner. I just would not have been able to recover as easily, due to most of my points maybe being stolen from me. Hard to say, and I don't even think I had a lot of lances, do I, to justify the saps, but that's an upgrade, not a skill. I have the hammers, which have no saps. I have the killers, which don't have saps, so that would be a pointless upgrade. Now, let's try again a build or a fleet I was interested in and was kind of denied. Do I really want... I want more frigates, damn it, for fission's sake, even though the shrouds can technically do that some. And hell, I could also get the probe to help in that matter. So it's not my... Resurrection Orb would be amazing for a bunch of light cruisers too, especially since I could transfer crew to each other as they're getting boarded. There is some real possibility with Resurrection Orb maybe being useful with an all light cruiser fleet. Never mind the fact Scarab Swarm will repair my health too. Maybe it even works past the diminishing return. A lot of things I need to experiment with. It's just a question what upgrades I want. Tesseract Crypt would be amazing to get the Silent running back up. Fire assaults on each assault action. Oh, that's the flagship. That's not a big deal. We'll go with Nightmare Shroud for now. Give this fleet another attempt. And then we'll work from there. I am interested to see how this plays out, since the alternative otherwise has been just 2 tomb ships, and then having your light cruiser beat a flagship, which, while it works well with the mass recall ability, I don't like the prospect of it, because in all honesty, the intention would be to have your biggest, most powerful ship, or at least the most impactful ship, be the flagship, not the one that can safely evade harm and kind of effectively initiate. It doesn't seem like the intent. It's a good strategy, I won't argue that. One that can be exploited since it is such a simplistic strategy. I just gotta fine-tune my play to really capitalize on it. Especially since some of these factions are gonna have a real hard time, like Drukhari, since they don't have the holofield, are always gonna get hit so long as they're visible. There's no way I can dodge the lightning arcs like I could any other macro cannons. I guess I'm not going to get a match there, so if that's the case, I'll just jump over to 1v1 and practice with a Shroud build there. Nope. Speak of the devil, sadly I forgot to change my colors. Not a big deal. The display picture is still the same though. This should be fun. It feels a little bit odd being a stealth build with having very little vision. Aw, really? I was talking about how my Tyranid fleet was cursed, and apparently now my Necron fleet has the sign of being cursed. Potentially. I'll play around with it some still. Let's try this again. One more time with feeling. I would like to be able to check something in the meantime while I'm waiting for the cues. At least look at specifics to the fleet there. Maybe not change it per se. Nonetheless, do we get players this time? I see the clock counting down, that's all I know. Ah! This is not the matchup I want. Apparently, well, I was gonna say we're in a civil war right now between Farsight and the regular Tau set, but that's not true. Squid Moko is kind of not teaming up with Sapphire Spark here. What on earth did I warp into all of a sudden? One of which is actually a merchant fleet too. This will be interesting. There's going to be a lot of frigates to ruin my day, but at the same time, all these shrouds have one very important factor to them. 270-degree arc on every single one of them. Never mind the fact that there's 5 lightning arcs to them. I can murder frigates quickly, but I have to see them. That's the catch. Which is kind of why I wish I had all these frigates. Ideally. Oh, well, I'm not going to reveal my fleet. I'm going to try and go where they're likely. Ooh, flying V formation. I like it. Although I think I ruined it. We're not getting a flying V anymore. I don't know what formation that is, but I like it. Do I really want the probe? It gives away my position. Transdimensional bulk can be useful for the actual engagement. Reconstruction is kind of important when I start taking big critical hits. Especially with my fragile health as is. And I'm not worried about boarding, so maybe I should stick with the probe. I don't know what to expect here otherwise. Well, conveniently they did not silent run, so I have a good read on everything and where they're at. This is more for fun anyway. I really want to start playtesting and get a feel for how potent this is. Sure, getting the Cartouche, or was it the Kopej, are a lot more durable than a Shroud, but this has a lot more fire potential. And I'm forgetting, damn it, they're Shrouds. Silent running is pointless. Not until I actually get detected. I keep forgetting this rule. I forgot about it the first time, and I'm forgetting about it now. I'm wondering when should I use the beacon. Maybe when I grab this objective, because it does give away that I'm there anyway.
I serve your glory.
Let's see. There's Silent Run. So our fleet consists of only 3 ships. They're completely fooled by this maneuver. There's no way in hell they won't know. Hell, they actually could be fooled. I could have like a tomb ship and 2 battle cruisers or something here. And my Tau ally could be all sauces or emissaries, for crying out loud. It's not unrealistic.
Strategic area.
Just had to drink a bit of water there. I don't want my throat to dry out again. It's a bad habit. Damn it!
The enemy has seized a strategic
I waste that
area.
cooldown because the hotkeys on a different button. Damn it! That is irritating.
Yes, my liege.
And I hit the right button too. It's just because there's only two buttons available.
Relocating.
You
Alright.
seized a strategic
So
area.
we're dealing with 2, well, Nikasars and all those other good stuff. Capture his fleet quickly. Get ourselves repositioned. And get ready to start murdering some frigates maybe.
I am the dynasty's spear.
And reload because it helps with my rate of fire. What is it? Lock-on would be amazing. What is it? Dispersed lightning arc could be amazing too. With the sheer amount of weapon fire I have. But we'll worry about that later. Ooh, does it stick on the Nikasar? That might be a bad thing. If it actually sticks. Oh, it did stick.
Inferior vessel sighted.
Well, let's start hitting everything then. I'm not revealed yet, but that's about to change in a moment.
Yes, my liege. All power to motive units.
There. Now let's... I don't need to hit the scanner pulse anymore.
Inevitable.
And I'll gotta keep in mind what's detected.
We are death.
Oh, they're frigates. They're light cruisers. Oh god. All this time I thought they were actually the dang heroes. Since it's so rarely I actually get to see the dang things. And also I have fighters to help with this problem. And let's see. Remember, hit the right key this time, damn it. We're about to get in range. I'm tempted to disperse lightning arc in a moment. To really maximize my damage potential here. I just gotta remember that I'm committing to this if I do a light disperse. Focus on this one thing and then shoot at everything else. I wonder if I'll actually do technically double damage since this one's blocking the fire arc. Well, it's not really double damage, but I wonder if I'm hitting that twice. That's what I'm honestly curious about. Fire everything, especially with 200-degree arcs. Look at that ring of lightning. It's beautiful, isn't it? Maybe not the most practical, but we're hitting hard. That could be ridiculous damage potential, though, if that actually works like I'm thinking with the dispersed lightning arc. Since this thing just died amazingly fast. Your engines are gone. No engines are out yet. And you are about to die. Let me at least try and maximize my damage on a bunch of things. And I'll let you live. A little dirt gnaw on you a little bit. I'm not quite in range, am I? Nope. Not quite. Only 9,000 range. So dispersed lightning arc was good initially, but maybe not anymore. Let's fix that. Ooh, we actually got a visual for Auger Disruptor. That is the first time I've seen the visual effects of the Auger Disruptor bomb. As silly as it may sound. Since it just kind of happened before. That I actually like the look of, for being a global effect. Yes, keep going, keep murdering it. Actually, reload for good measure. Oh god. This might die quickly. Oh my god, I'm gonna dodge all those. And have a custodian to help me. Well, that was convenient. Who needs Star Pulse generator for that? Although now, I think it's time to reload. We got a goddamn crew war speed to deal with now. Actually, I'm just gonna evade this thing altogether. Just get the hell out of the way. And otherwise, I think that was promising. Yeah. Get back here. I want to shoot at you some more. I know I'm not Tyranids, but I enjoy the idea of nomming on you some. Actually, let's just hide in the gas cloud. We still got a lot to deal with, though. Well, this is probably a bad idea. I'm kind of leaving my ally to die some. We're doing good, but I think the custodian's about to die. I just don't want to fight a dang war spear. Yeah, the idea is just reconceal myself, although fighters are not helping, since I launched them all to defend against said fighters. Capture points. And keep this thing alive, ideally. Oh, that was the wrong key. Now's a good time to reconstruct some. I do not want to fight that war spear. Although it's a question of which fleet is that war spear part of. That's the only thing I don't know right now. There. We'll grab this point. The custodian is kind of dead, alas. Maybe that was a mistake to leave my ally be. But I wasn't going to do a lot to a war spear, in all seriousness.
You have seized a strategic area.
Can we grab this? At least neutralize the point. And maybe stick on... Actually, I don't even need to engage them. If you're going to go in a ball like that, I'm just going to use my biggest strengths, which is my ability to hide from you. They have a lot of fighters, though. So I don't think my fighters are going to do a whole lot. And I don't even think I targeted that thing properly, did I?
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
Alright. Come at me if you want. And maybe if we can, I don't know if those are still 2 fighter squadrons for the light cruisers as well, but... I'll repair momentarily, I just gotta get concealed.
You have accumulated 50%.
Deck's not a big
strategic
deal.
points.
It's just the engine that matters to me right now.
Ready to serve.
Alright.
Drop void anchors. Error in battle.
So you didn't even use all your resources on the custodian, did you? So that's a bit of a shame. Unless you have target coordinator too, so let's keep in mind your Tau for crying out loud, so... Destroying this thing is important.
Yes, my liege.
And the flagship is the biggest priority.
On the march.
I'm not gonna have the health though I
The
need.
enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
Yeah, I don't quite have the health I need. Unless I do a good amount of boring damage in a hurry.
All power to motive units. Reassembling warriors.
Where the hell did my 4th ship go? It's not even here. That's what.
How may I serve? Moving. Impossible. Cannot
And I don't have them on hold fire anymore, so start fighting. Thank you.
internal damage registered.
Now this is where I would like the transdimensional
Enemy has
bolt.
seized a strategic area.
Now start turning. Maybe we might still win this if all of them break.
Vessel lost.
I'm just not doing enough damage anymore, alas.
Compensate.
Why didn't you hit? I do have the... Okay, there. I was wondering why I wasn't able to shoot that. And probably it's because of the dang... What am I trying to say? The dang debris was in the way. I was hoping to cause some mutinies, and it's not going to happen. I could potentially make this awkward for them if I can get behind them, but... We're going to have to destroy your deck for that to matter. I don't have the firepower for a straight-up fight, especially when they still have their dang abilities or experimental railguns and all that still up.
The enemy has
It was good there, I just can't
75%
do a straight-up fight,
strategic points.
which is a bit of the problem there. If I hadn't launched launching those fighters probably killed me there.
Breach the enemy vessel.
The enemy is seizing one of your strategic areas.
Ready to serve.
Wow, really? We just won. How the hell that happen? Did like someone could see it? Is the only thing I could think of there. Or well, we couldn't have won by points, could we? I was not paying attention to the points, mind you. That was a weird ending, though. I like the firepower potential. It just can't stand up to a straight-up fight, especially when I don't have my transdimensional bolt, which would have been amazing for that. Since I wouldn't have needed resurrection orb, since Tau boarding isn't all that impressive. It's something I would like to experiment with, and hell, Scarab Swarm would have been amazing in that situation too, since it heals all my ships, and that is not a terrible thing when I have to stand up, or when I have to commit to an actual fight. Now the big question, do I want to try a real fleet of that? At least that style. What can I get away with? 6 shrouds sound like a horrible idea. I kind of can jump away from frigates easily enough. I like this better. 5 shrouds, a couple of jackals. 4 jackals sound good. Do I want to go with this now? Well, it's now or never. Let's give it a try. I like the reconstruction deal with unnecessary critical hits. It's just a question of which of these abilities would I prefer. The Bolt or the Scarab Swarm. Bolt would be good long term, but we still have an opponent to wait on, so I can easily change this. And I never did use Reload to make use of Nightmare Shroud, which actually would have been amazing. I think Tau, especially Protector Tau, have have morale penalties, so that could have been amazing if I committed to that. That was another oversight on my part. Otherwise, there's a lot of things I want to play test, especially with if I want to get rid of the what is it, secondary deck to keep my stances as were. Huh, is this the same Blood Angel played from before, I wonder? If so, we got, well, either way, we have 83 armor to fight through, which is going to stink a little bit. And they have ridiculous mobility. And this is a situation where I would like to have a Resurrection Orb too. Start transferring crew from all my other ships and Resurrection Orb once it starts balancing out. I kind of like that idea some. I just gotta remember my dang hotkeys. This is gonna be the biggest problem I'm gonna have with this fleet. Silent Running is no longer on T anymore, it's on Y. Which, start placing your bets if I mess it up now. It's likely to happen. And since the sheer amount of critical hits we'll have to deal with too, I'm gonna want the reconstruction. Oh, I didn't get all my shrouds. Actually, how fast are these compared? Oh, they're much faster than my shrouds, so hell. And I gotta keep mine again, dang it. I do not need to Silent Run, at least right away. I didn't say anything. Silly me. Where are my manners? Nightmare Shroud's pointless. Extra health. All I really have is additional health to my frigates. Not terrible, but I feel like I could do better. I need those upgrades. Let's get this going. Everything's all hitting. I could launch fighters there. It's not a terrible idea if it's like... Since the need for torpedoes is great. And I'm gonna give away my position anyway. I just don't know. How many fighter squadrons do I actually have? I see only 6 fighters. That don't tell me much. It says only 1 fighter squadron. I thought that was buffed. Maybe for the battleships it might have. I'm gonna have to play test with that some too, but 5 squadrons are still good. They're just gonna... Since there's only 1 squadron, they're gonna get sniped down immediately. For any aggressive purposes, mind you. So they're not likely to be useful here. And I was gonna change the reload. It's not a big deal, but damn it. That is wasted stance potential. This will be fun. I just don't know how practical it is. Or how practical it will be. Especially against, again the 83 armor we have to deal with. Oh, and dang it, I rammed myself. Trying to maximize my cap time.
You have seized a strategic area.
This is just a sign I need to spread out more.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
Now also, I have fighters, so they would give away anything that's coming from that angle. So we know where the flagship is.
Yes, my liege.
Dang it, it happened again. This is annoying.
Initializing motive power.
Trying to remember hotkeys so I can quickly switch them as needed is biting me in the ass currently with Necrons.
You have seized a strategic area.
How may I serve?
You have seized a strategic area.
As you command.
We do have 3 points though, so I can use that to my advantage. Oh, really? Did my oh, they went in the gas cloud. Or maybe... I wasn't paying attention, mind you. I just knew where the flagship was, so apparently it has... I would have to guess it's in the gas cloud, which really restricts where they're at.
I am the dynasty's spear.
So that's good for me. I'll happily take that for now.
Liege.
I just don't have to do anything for the next little bit. I would love to get a scanner pulse to get some intel though.
Your command.
The enemy has seized a strategic
And in
area.
2 minutes that beacon will be gone. Maybe I should wait for that.
I am the dynasty's spear.
Since I don't need to grab any points just yet.
How may I serve?
I wonder if I can... Is it possible I could do something about that hunter with the fighters?
Relocating.
Since that's kind of what the fighters would be best for, due to the limited amount of point defense. It just doesn't want to give me stats.
Ready to serve.
Vanguards, which are not salt running, interestingly.
I am the dynasty's spear.
Yes, run! Run!
What is your command? Initializing motive power.
Yeah, they have a lot of armor, so shooting at these is not going to help me very much.
Motive units fully engaged. As you
I can bait for an attack here, though.
I serve your glory.
Because they're trying to shoot down the fighters. How close do I want to get? Because I can't get too ridiculously close just yet.
Liege.
But I sure as hell can grab points behind them.
How may I serve?
If you deathball, then I'm gonna punish that thoroughly. Ooh, we're still... Oh my god, they even still survive, because really it's only the battle barge that has fighters. Damn it! Never mind, I take that back.
Your glory. On the march.
I could still kill a handful of their fighters really damn well, but
Moving.
I'm not gonna kill the frigate like I would like.
What is your command?
And there's a strike cruiser there just camping.
Inevitable. Initializing motive power.
Did I? I seriously told you to hold fire, you cursed thing.
Spear. On the march.
Well, that gives away my strategy there. I told them to hold fire, and clearly they did not hold fire. They did not oblige me.
Relocating. How may I serve? Yes, my liege.
Now, how to best... Oh, damn it!
In defense protocol.
There it is, I called it. I went to hit the T button, and it was not my salt running.
What is your command?
So, I really need to
As you command.
wait a moment, I guess, before actually committing to that key.
You have accumulated 25%.
I'm out in the open at least,
strategic
but not at
points.
risk of taking damage. I'm gonna be hit in a moment. I just don't think these fighters are very good value, though. They might do well if they shoot down enough of those boring torpedoes.
I am the dynasty's spear.
The enemy
Maybe
has
not the most
seized a
exciting match, but
strategic
again, we're
area.
dealing with a battle barge. I'm not really equipped to deal with battle barges very well.
You have seized a strategic
And my
area.
flagship's in a bad spot for doing damage to said battle barge, too,
What is your command?
with using its ability.
Yes,
And I'm immediately revealed the instant I go out of the gas cloud.
ready to serve. Relocating. I serve your glory.
Now, how do we initiate? Well, I can't really, but it works well nonetheless.
Initializing motive power.
Let's try
You
kill
have
this thing.
seized
Dang it, I was hoping to get
strategic area.
closer. That would have been a huge whiff for it if he decided to, if I was a little bit further. But I could still kill it.
Inferior vessel sighted. Inevitable. Motive units fully engaged. Yes, my liege.
Now let's run properly, goddammit.
Boarding successful. Frayed ones are feasting.
And I think there's actually 2 ships there now.
I serve.
Which means I try and kill the Gladius. I still have 3 points, this is still good. Slow and steady.
Ready to serve.
I'm just curious how well these jackals can deal with doing damage here. Because we have boring torpedoes that can ruin my day if I'm not careful.
Command.
The enemy has seized a strategic area.
As you command. Engage.
Ooh, engine critical hits, I'll take it. My flagship's in a bad spot again for a Tesseract bolt.
I serve your glory. Impossible. Cannot comply.
And fighting a battle barge is a horrible idea, but we could do something about these things. The vanguards, at least.
Initializing motive power. All power to motive units.
And I have my assault run back up. Fighters are up. Did a lot of damage, surprisingly, to the vanguards.
As you command.
Actually, you grab that point there. We'll try and deal with this Gladius some. It's a tall order, mind you.
The enemy has accumulated 25%.
I'm gonna get
of
boarded.
strategic
Blind
points.
boarding. That's not fair. All my fighters got shot down. Can at least kill this frigate. That would be kind of nice. I gotta keep in mind my ships need a little bit extra crew. We neutralized the point, but not much else.
Energy to
That one's actually got bombers on it.
Yes, my liege.
I look forward to killing you.
Impossible. Cannot comply.
And your scanner pulse hit nothing there.
You have accumulated 50% of strategic points.
Can we kill the frigate off?
As you command. Motive units fully engaged. All power to motive units.
So that should be almost completely dead there. It is definitely dead with those critical hits. I just gotta deal with the scanner pulse now.
Ready to serve.
Oh, thankfully my opponent is not ramming me. That would have been a death sentence for all these ships right now.
Impossible. Cannot comply.
Why can't I increase the crew? Oh, that's because it's the only one that has it available. It was telling me I could transfer more crew, but apparently that's only because it was available for it.
Relocating.
I don't know how ultimately this exciting would be to watch, but I like the dynamic to an extent, though.
I am the dynasty's spear.
Gotta
You have
keep in
seized a
mind
strategic
to honor the
area.
chapter ability too. Yes, ram it. It's on fire.
Inevitable.
Can we transfer more crew? Dang it! Even with called arms, that did 4 points of troop damage.
Ready to serve.
Or maybe it was like I lost the crew because of critical hit or point defense damage.
Motive units fully engaged.
Experimenting a little bit, but we stole a point. We stole 2 points behind them. I consider that a big victory. The vanguards are crippled. The battle barge took a little bit of damage. I wonder if it got hit by a Tesseract bolt.
Ready to serve.
And you are about to burn to death. I would love to kill that frigate off.
I serve your glory.
Otherwise,
Energy to weapons.
let's get ready to punish our cruiser over here. I think I'm planning on just jumping right in there in all honesty.
I am the dynasty's
No,
spear.
don't flee. I need you to help me get
You have
victory.
seized a strategic area.
Initializing
Yes, that aggressive play can only mean
The
one
enemy
thing.
has seized a strategic area.
I hope you are prepared.
How may I serve?
I just want the critical hits. I don't care about the troop damage. Although technically I could do enough troop damage to bring it down a phase. It does lightning arc. No, it doesn't actually increase critical hit chance. So that's important to note. So I want to see... Let's see, I'm at 11 troops now. I just want to see if that reduces it. Alright, 9, so it's working as intended right now.
Complete.
Finish it.
The enemy has seized a
Finish it
strategic
now.
area. You have accumulated 75%.
Although, I
strategic
forgot, you
points.
frigates have prow armor, or prow weapons. Doesn't do me much good in that regard. Oh, and I forgot about Tesseract Bolt. This looks like a victory for the good guys. The true rulers of the galaxy, at least. Since that battle barge was a bit of a liability for the sheer mobility of this fleet.
You are
And the
close to
vanguards
victory by
didn't really get to
strategic
do what
points.
vanguards do best, I would argue. Which is be mobile, considering how they were kind of forced to stick with the battle barge is what it looked like. For what reason, I couldn't tell you. Otherwise, we'll get our stealth going in a moment. I have no more fighters to help deal with those torpedoes. But they lost contact anyway. Ooh, all the bomber squadrons. Get away from me, you cursed things. You are vile and evil. And you're still coming towards me. Ah!
You
Good
have
thing I caught
seized a
that. I don't want to lose.
strategic
I don't want
area.
to give you more points, even though it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now. It's a victory, though. Slow and steady kind of victory. I just don't know when can I get aggressive against a battle barge, mind you. Those bombardment mechanics need to be taken seriously since light cruisers get no critical resistance of any kind. So I can very easily get screwed over by that. And apparently, I was wondering, why were you being revealed? Oh well, that's game. That was still fun though. I like the cloak and dagger type route that it has to offer. Again, I need to look for when I can get aggressive, mind you. It was a lower level player, but then again my rank is kind of matches, so it's fair game at least there. I just need some proper skills, thank you. Lightning strike range is increased, that'd actually be useful. I just need to somehow get the shields down. Since you don't get the exception to lightning strikes through shields, do you? Well, help, where is it? Where is the lightning strike? I'm trying to find it. Yeah, it doesn't work there, so I still need to get through the shields for that to even matter. But I think I'm going to call it a wrap there. That was some fun playtesting. Had some fun with the Apocalypse Lance build. Still don't think I like the 4th Armageddon, mind you. But it has potential. We played against only Tyranids though, so I would need to play test against other fleets. The Necron Shroud fleet looks like it could be a lot of fun. Practical? Probably not. Anyways, thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to try and continue to get these fleets leveled up for YouTube content down the road, but at least it keeps things interesting for me. If I'm going to commit at least 3 months to doing a guide on every single faction, or at least focus on every single one of these factions, I might as well damn well make it interesting for me, if I'm going to last that long. So thank you everyone for tuning in. It was a good time for me there.